Hello traders and welcome to the market opening preview on a hump day, Wednesday, March 9th, 2016. Traders, great to be with you. It is sunny skies and white sandy beaches, blue waters in entire Thailand. Coming to you live. Traders, this is brought to you through FXCL Excellence in Trading. Traders, if you would, please come visit our site at fxclearing.com for your trading solutions. Traders, as always, it's great to be with you early in the morning. My time is currently 19:53 hours on Wall Street and 7:53 hours in Thailand. That's AM. All right, traders, let's get a move on. Got a lot to talk about today. Got 6 currency pairs to look at, and we'll take a look at the news and the indices, how they closed. From what I saw, and I really didn't take a really good look at them, was that the indices rebounded again for the 5th day, I think, in a row. But we'll take a look at that in just a second. All right, so let's get a move on. Let me introduce myself to you. My name is William Gilday. I'm your moderator for the Market Opening Preview Series every single trading day before the London Open. Traders, I started trading in the year of 2006 and 2008. I retired from a wonderful 27-year career as a firefighter paramedic out of the great state of Florida. Traders came to Thailand for a 3-month holiday. Well, traders, it's 8 years later, and I'm still here and trading Forex every day. You know, it's kind of funny. You know, when I packed my luggage to go to Thailand, I brought my 3 laptops with me. I don't know. Maybe I had in the back of my mind I might be staying. I don't know. And I've never been here before. It was like really kind of a strange situation, you know. Go on a holiday for 3 months and decide, hey, I want to live here, I want to stay here. And that's what I did. So I am here and trading Forex every day. I trade using technicals. I love looking at charts. I love looking at technical analysis. I love looking at candlestick patterns, price action, price structure, price failure. I haven't used that word before, but yeah, price failure. And I do use a couple of indicators. I use, in my Forex trading, I use harmonics, and in my options trading, I use Ikimoku clouds. I might be moving everything over to Ikimoku. I'm not sure yet, but it looks like I might be heading in that direction. So then we have the other side of the coin, and that is what we talk about as fundamentals, right? What are you doing about fundamentals? You can't not do one and not the other. I don't trade the news. I do not trade data as it's released. I trade data when it's released, and about 30 minutes later, everything's calmed down and price is now going to move in a direction, and hopefully the direction that that pair has been in for some time. In other words, the trend, right? And I just want to grab a small chunk of that, and that's how I trade data. So I don't trade the data when it's announced. I trade the data afterwards. I pay a good amount of money for my news feed. My numbers come out quick, and I get information. I get emails. I get session, mid-session updates, end-of-session updates. You know, that stuff is so important when you're trading Forex, because we don't trade just one pair. We trade the world. Always remember that in the back of your mind. That's just a little bit about how I trade. Let's get over to the risk disclaimer to keep the legal people happy. Forex trading has a large potential rewards, but also a large potential of risk. You must be aware of the risks and be willing to accept them in order to invest in the Forex market. Most importantly, traders do not trade with money you cannot afford to lose. Traders' past performance of any trading system or methodology is not necessarily indicative of future results, i.e., you are on a demo account, you open up a live account, you go to live trading, and yes, you will see a difference in your trades. Of course, you're going to be glued to that profit and loss box. It happens to us all, trust me. All right, let's head over to some news, and let's see what's going on as far as the indices go. And, you know, there we go. All right, so let's take a look at what happened in the U.S. session. The Dow 30 was up 0.40%. The S&P 500 was up barely 0.09%. The NASDAQ was in the red at negative 0.19%. And the small cap 2000 was up 1.19%. Heading on over to the Eurozone, let's see what we got here. The DAX, negative 0.46%. The FTSE 100 out of London, negative 0.27%. The CAC 40 out of Paris, negative 0.32%. The Euro Stoxx 50 out of Frankfurt was negative 0.59%. Wow. Not a good day, it looks like, over there in The Eurozone, but they'll rebound back today. They always do. All right, let's take a look at what's going on in Asia now. Some of these countries are not open, and I will tell you which ones are not open. However, the Nikkei 225 is negative 1.83%. The S&P ASX 200 out of Australia is negative 0.40%. The China A50 currently trading is negative 1.98%. And the Hang Seng out of Hong Kong is negative 0.97%, with the Kospi negative 1.00%. So we've had some movement there, but all red in Asia sessions, as their trading has just started about an hour ago. So they're fresh into their trading day. Let's jump on over here. Let's grab the economic calendar and see what we have going on for today. If this will show it to me, maybe. All right, folks, my economic calendar, where I usually get my information from, is not working for some reason. However, I have a backup, and it looks like today in Asia, we have retail sales coming out of New Zealand, and we have out of Australia, we have Westpac consumer confidence, and they have not come out yet. So we do have a little bit of news, and that's the only data I come up with so far. Let's see, here we go. We have manufacturing production out of the Great British Pound. A lot of medium impact. Industrial production, medium. BOC interest rate decision is today out of Canada, and that will be 1 hour before the New York stock market opens. And I do not see, what do we got here? Out of the U.S., we have crude oil inventories, as usual, on every Wednesday, and that is marked as medium impact. So just keep an eye on that, my friends. So that's where we're at with that stuff. And, of course, the Bank of Canada is also, after they announce if they're going to do a rate change, they have a rate statement coming out after that. So just keep an eye on that, folks. All right, so that wraps that up. Commentary. Most of our, believe it or not, a lot of our plans worked yesterday and worked very well, if I can say myself, which I'm really glad to see. I think 4 out of 6 of our plans worked well, and the others did not give us an entry. So out of our plans that we did yesterday, nobody should have lost any money, because the plans that did not work did not give us an entry. So let's get started. My commentary is, listen, the markets are moving. I wouldn't be a long-term trade. I sure wouldn't be a position trader where you're in a trade for 2 or 3 weeks or a month. Not in Forex. It's just not the way it's working today. These charts are all over the place. Every day it's something different. And, if you're in it for 1 or 2 hours or 5 hours or 6 hours or a day or maybe 24 hours, that's fine. But, get to break even and get that free trade. And that's the goal, folks. If trade doesn't work, get out. Remember, capital preservation is the key to success in Forex trading. All right, let's get a move on. Here we go. Euro dollar. Nice down move yesterday off that support. And, of course, you can see that was late in New York. Basically ranged all day. So what do we have now? Now we're sitting on a support level. And what I'd like to see is pullback. So I've given you 2 pullbacks. And the best one is to the R1, which is at 1.1029. The second one is a daily pivot at 1.1014, and we'll take profit at the S2 and also the 200 exponential moving average, which is at 1.0979. Traders, this is not going to be an easy trade, because regardless of where our entry is, we have to get through what I call Forex junk. In other words, there's a lot of price action left of the chart right next to the price that we're at, and the current candle that we're trading. So none of these really look appetizing to me. The other thing is, this can just dump from here. This can just take a walk and say, thank you very much, we'll see you later, and just continue to go to the downside. I don't think the euro is in a change of trend, folks. I don't think the euro is now bullish. I think it's in a move here, and between 110 and 109, I think it's going to sit in that 100 pip range for some time until things get sorted out over there. Draghi speaks tomorrow on Thursday the 10th. So I think they have their announcement tomorrow. So it could be some fireworks when that happens. So tomorrow might be pretty interesting, to be honest with you. Let's take a look at the Great British Pound. The Great British Pound is doing well. It's coming back to its trend to the downside. And never fear, the downside is here. And I said that was going to happen, and it sure did. Did that just not drop off the cliff? And here we are. We're now sideways. The good news is we are right below the daily pivot. We are 1.4207. Sell it here, folks. This is a sell trade. You can take this. Now, you could wait to see if this will give you a pullback, and the pound's good about a pullback. But to me, if I got a bearish candlestick, this is a selling opportunity right now, right here. Let's go. And I'm looking for the first exit at 1.4163. So I know what you're saying. Bill, you're only giving me like a 40 pip, 38 pip trade. That's true. It's a small trade. But remember, we don't want to be in this for long. We want to get in it and get out. We want to get to break even, like +5 and let it go. If it continues down, let it just go. Even if it bounces around off the 200 for a little bit, as long as it doesn't stop you out, you already got money in the bank. So let it go. I'm pretty big on that. I think you have good opportunities here on this pair, and let's take advantage of it. All right, let's take a look at the Aussie. Yeah, same slide as yesterday. No change here. We are at the price of 0.7436, and as yesterday we wanted this to go up, and it came back down. Now I think it's going to go back up again because we're at the 38.2 fib. So let's see. This is the pair I'm watching very closely, traders. I do think that this is a change of trend. I do think that the Aussie dollar is making a move. We're going to see, as China numbers came out mixed yesterday, I think we're going to have to really take a look at and see how China reacts. I read this morning in the Bangkok Post here in Thailand that, as far as their policy goes for FX, they have tools in place and are ready to use them, but they're not planning on it. So they're not going to do nothing with their FX. Like they're not going to do a stimulus, or they're not going to do anything like that. The big issue over there, and I didn't read this, I heard this from another chat room, was that their steel ore production 3 days, Monday I think it was, had its biggest gain for one day. So, that was a positive thing, right? So that's good for the Aussie. Now remember that Australia and China import and export big time together. So they're in partners together big time, okay? So that positive steel ore jump in one day really gave the Aussie some strength. Like I said, I like to say that I found that information myself. I did not. A moderator in another trading room was talking about it, and he's been broadcasting for like 15 years, 13 years, and he put that out. So I can't take credit for that. He did it. So that's what's going on with the Aussie. So let's see if we can get our trade here. Let's see if we can get this thing to blast off and get a bullish candle. We'll take this up to R1 if we can. Get it as high as we can. Okay? All right, let's take a look at the Euro Aussie. Euro Aussie worked out beautifully yesterday. Yeah, trade worked out perfect. Gave us our pips on both. Remember, I gave you two prices yesterday on this, and it worked. Well, we're in the same position right now today. We are at the daily pivot point. We had spiked it. It's been rejected. Now we need some red candles, and we'll take this short. We want to get in at 1.4796, and we'll get out at 1.4735. And let's go. So this is a nice 50 pip trade, and let's see if we can get this trade to work. This doesn't have to necessarily, either does the Aussie have to wait for the London Open. These pairs, we can trade these now. We don't have to wait for the London Open. If we get the go signal, we're going to go, okay? So this is those two pairs are definitely on top of my watch list. So is this one. This is very interesting. Let's take a look at the Euro Yen. This Euro Yen pair, Really did a nice drop yesterday. Again, another one of our trade plans that just worked out beautifully. This was the second one that I had two entries um, in, and it did take the top entry, and we got. If you took the trade and I missed it, worked out absolutely great. So this comes down, and now we need a pullback. Okay, now the situation with this is, and I do a newsletter, and you can go to um, our site at fxclearing.com and see my newsletter that I do every day on these 6 currency pairs. And I basically said that this has a great chance of just continuing to fall. This does not have to give us a pullback, and it probably won't. Okay, so just be aware of that, and if it does, that's fine. And I would look for the S2 reversal pivot point to get out. And I don't have it on this chart. The reason I don't have it on this chart is because I have no idea where I'm going to get in. Right? I want a pullback. Right? I'm a pullback trader. That's the way I trade. But these candles look really wimpy, right? Except for the one red one. The rest of them all look non-directional. No decisions have been made. So we're going to hang out here and see what happens with this. The thing with the euro yen is, especially the yen pairs, if Kuroda gets back up there and keeps talking, which he's been doing, I think the next one we're going to hear from is Abbey. I think this is going to get pretty critical now. This is really taking a fall here in the last 2 days, and I think Prime Minister Abbey's going to get on here and talk about what they're going to do about their economy. It's not scheduled, but the BOJ doesn't make plans with anything, whether it's Kuroda speaking, the finance minister, or the Prime Minister Abbey. They do what they want to do, and that's the story on the ends. I'll shut up on that after that. That's plenty of information. Let's take a look at the New Zealand dollar. New Zealand dollar, very, very, it's on a downtrend, but boy, is it moving slow, huh? Very slow price action. We are at a great place here. This pull back up to the daily pivot. We'll take it short. And I'd be very careful, because what you see here is, you see how it's reacted to the 200 exponential moving average? Yeah, it's probably going to do that again. This is really not a good trade. I have to be honest with you. I'm not looking to get in this. If this pulls back up to the R1, I'll get in it. But to the daily pivot, I don't know what I'm going to do, So we'll see. We will see what we can do there. All right. So yeah, I don't like this trade. I got to be honest with you. I don't like what I see, and I think we're just going to let that hang out. Traders, I am way over my time today. I can't believe it. We're at 18 minutes today, 2 days in a row. Traders, on behalf of myself, William Gilday, and our great friends at FXCL Excellence in Trading. Have a great trading day, and always remember to trade smart and not hard. And remember, capital preservation is the key to success, right? Capital preservation. Live to trade another day. Please come visit us at our site at fxclearing.com for our trading solutions. Okay, traders, take care. Have a great one, and we'll talk to you, in about 24 hours. See you then. Bye-bye.